Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Sayyid FAROOQ Hassan is back with a new episode of Sky is the Limit. I always mention this in all my programs. Talent has no bounds. It has no boundaries. And when we talk about Pakistan, of course, there are so many talented people all across Pakistan. Be it major cities, be it rural areas, be it as far as Gilgit-Baltistan. Today, my guest is from Hunza. She's an amazing person. She's a survivor. She's a resilience symbol. I'm going to share her success story with all of you. So I am with Nausheen Barkat today. Nausheen is the CEO of Askur. She is the first women, she's also leading the first women-led honey brand in Pakistan. She is the president of the first Women Beekeepers Association, Gilgit-Baltistan. She won the Shell AMIR Award. She's also the winner at IBA Startup Competition in 2020. And she's also the Daraz Bestseller Award winner for 2022. So a lot of accolades to her name. Let's talk to Nausheen Barkat. Assalamu alaikum, Nausheen.
Assalamu alaikum.
I wish I could speak to you in your local native Hunza language. I just heard you saying a few words and it was so sweet, but unfortunately this program is in one language, which is English, and our viewers are used to it, but I will try and get some kind of like words from you in your native language also during the course of the interview. So tell me, where did this journey start from? Where were you born?
First of all, thank you so much for having me at your program. It's such a pleasure talking to you. Like, you are one of my favorite hosts in Pakistan.
I'm honored.
So, going further, like, I born in Gilgit,
okay.
and my initial education was in Gilgit,
okay.
And then I was fortunate enough to travel across Pakistan and studying in different cities of Pakistan,
nice.
Getting familiar with different people, experiencing different cultures. I guess that really enabled my personality to be adaptive, and also that actually educate me later in life to be a businesswoman.
Wow.
So I initially I studied till 1 class in
You
Gilgit.
were born in Hunza?
I was born in Gilgit.
In Gilgit?
Yeah, I was born in Gilgit.
And
so basically my parents both are from Hunza, and then they migrated to Gilgit. It's like 2 hours distance from Gilgit to Hunza.
So they are natives?
Yeah, they are natives.
Okay.
So
were you the eldest of the...
Yes, I'm the eldest one.
Okay. How many siblings?
We are 5 siblings, and I'm the eldest one, and
okay.
I have a very, very strong bond with my siblings and my parents.
And a lot of responsibility on your shoulders also.
Yes, it does.
Being the eldest.
Yes, and alhamdulillah, I feel like all my siblings are now at a very good positions. They have a very good education, and that all credit goes to my parents. They have really, really invested in our quality education, in our brought up. Also, when I explain about my experience as traveling across Pakistan, at all because of my father. He was working with different organizations, community, we call it like RSPNs, rural support programs. He started with AK RSP, Akhan Rural Support Program, and then he traveled across Pakistan in different RSPNs, be it PRSP, be it NRSP, and be it AJK RSP. So just because of him, we traveled across Pakistan. And I feel this experience literally gave us insight of our country, that how beautiful culture we have, how diverse people we have in our country, and what else do we have to learn from it, and that harmony and that love for our country. I guess I got all this from my experience.
No, and when we talk about Gilgit-Baltistan specifically, I love the way the traditional women dress up there, and you have festivals, you have Shindur festival and other festivals also. It's really a treat to watch that. So we'll talk about that also, but tell me about your initial days, your early childhood. You went to school in Gilgit?
Yes, I went to school in Gilgit. My mother was the school teacher there. I wish I could show you that picture of my school. Our school was on the top of a mountain, and we used to, I don't know what do we call that, to travel or to drag ourselves to the mountain on the school. Now the students and the kids are so fortunate that they have so many facilities to go to the school. But in our time, if I talk about my experience in my school, it was literally on the top of the mountain. So we have to go, daily to that, going up and down. So for us, that was fun. But if now I recall those memories, I feel like, oh my God, that was so tough. I mean, studying there and where you don't have such facilities. We just had 3 teachers, I guess, and there was 5 classes, and they used to manage each thing. So I guess we, in those times, we managed to have our limited, learn in our limited resources. So I feel like we learn and we utilize within the resources we had, and we had very limited resources.
So you used to go to school on foot?
Yes.
Okay. And how long was the walk?
It took us from home to that mountain 20 to 25 minutes. It was not, I won't say that was a rough walk. It wasn't just a walk. So we used to climb up that mountain, and that mountain was so steep, right? And I remember my mother was the teacher of that school, and she once got her hand fracture as well, like when coming down from that mountain. So, but today when we look back to that our journey, the students from that school, they literally went to Harvard as well.
Wow.
So this is a success story that we always share. And after that schooling, I got a chance to travel. As I said, we after 3 to class 8, we were in Dera Ghazi Khan. So my father was working with UN, Food and Agriculture Organization. So he was there. So after 8th class, I came back to Hunza and studied at one of the prestigious institution of my area,
which is
Aga Khan Higher Secondary School. It was for all girls.
And you
so
did your O-levels?
No, 9th and 10th. I did my 9th and 10th matriculation from there. After my matriculation, my father thought that why not, shift my children to city again for quality education. He heard somewhere of the A levels. So he was so passionate that my kids should, they pursue this, the Cambridge system, which was considered to be a prestigious education system, I guess, that time, even now as well. So I shifted with my father to Multan, and there I started A levels after matriculation. So I experienced both of the streams, the matriculation as well and the A levels. Though A levels was too tough. Like
too tough for
literally
you?
It was too tough
coming
after
from
that
the
matriculation. But somehow I managed. Somehow I managed to do it.
But how were you as a student during your school days? Were you like a naughty kid, or were you the studious, teacher's pet kind of a student?
You won't believe, I was literally in a silent mode.
Oh, really?
Literally. Initially, in my school days,
the thinker.
I was the most quiet student in my class.
The philosopher. The thinker.
I should say that now, since I wasn't.
No extracurricular activities, dramatics, sports?
Literally no. Like initially no, but when I grew up, then I guess my personality literally changed. It drastically changed from being the quietest one to being the most expressive one, and then taking part in the co-curricular activities. So it was literally 180-degree shift in my personality. Initially, I was very quiet, and then I started, I guess it all because of the grooming and the exposure that I got. I guess I learned from that, and then literally, transformed. Yeah, that gave me an opportunity to explore, gave me an opportunity to interact with other people, and then it changed my personality as well. So I was a very good student till class 10th. That's why my father thought of the changing that stream as well. He thought that I'll manage it as well. I tried managing it in 4 years rather than 2, and I proudly say it. I don't feel like it. I don't feel ashamed of it that I wasn't able to do it on time. It's okay in life. I guess we get failures.
Yeah, life is full of peaks and troughs.
Exactly. In 10th grade, in matriculation, I got the gold medal, and when I was in A levels, I failed. And I tell this to students as well, because nowadays students take so much,
Tension
and so
pressure.
much on their pressure on their head, that they have to be on the top. They have to do it. They have to. If you can't do it, if you are not able to do it, it's really okay. It's okay.
Yeah, life
But
doesn't
then
end.
Yeah, life doesn't end, and you have to. It does not mean that you have to stop it. Rather than just think over it, what made this failure happen? So work on the reasons behind it, and you will succeed. Is okay.
That's amazing. That's a very important lesson that you're telling, that when we prepare ourselves for success, we should also be prepared for failures.
True that.
And there is no success without failure.
True.
You can only enjoy success if you failed in life.
True.
Once
True that.
don't make it a habit.
Yeah.
But
True.
failure is important also, as important as success.
True
is.
that.
So who was a major influence on you when you were growing up, and what did you want to do in life? Like most of the kids decide during the school days that, okay, I want to be a doctor, I want to do engineering, I want to do chartered accountancy, I want to be a banker, I want to do hoteling. What was your dream? What was your aim?
My father was and is and will always be my hero and my mentor. I have seen him helping communities. I have seen him doing social work. I have seen him have that empathy for the poor and empathy for the vulnerable people. So I guess this community service is in my blood, because he was because just 2 months ago I have lost him.
Oh, I'm sorry.
This is the biggest tragedy of my life.
Of course, when someone is such a big influence and has taught you so much, and obviously a father is loss of any parent is, it's very hard.
It's hard.
So tell me, you wanted to go into social service right from day one. You had decided.
I decided that I will go into something which will benefit my community, which will benefit my people actually.
Okay.
So from the very beginning, I was in the Girl Guide. And then I joined PRCS, Pakistan Red Crescent Society, as a volunteer, and I served as an YABC trainer. YABC stands for Youth as Agents of Behavioral Change. So being a trainer, I conducted many trainings and workshops for the youth, for the and the social skills, the soft skills as well. I got an opportunity to represent Pakistan in Malaysia, where there were 2,300 volunteers across the globe, and I received an award as the best participant there.
Wow, awesome. I'm sure your parents would have been so proud of you, your siblings also. So you did your matriculation from Gilgit, and then you wanted to do your A-levels, and you did your A-levels from?
From Multan, Lasal Higher Secondary School, Multan.
Okay, and you didn't do that well in A-levels, because obviously it was a change of syllabus, it was a change of environment.
It's a totally opposite thing. Like the matriculation is totally different stream, and the Cambridge system is the totally opposite stream.
The way of assessing students is different.
Each and everything is different. The syllabus is different. The way of teaching is different. The way of that, like everything is different.
So did that bog you down? Like when obviously a person used to being the most talented student in the class, and then suddenly you don't get good results, and everyone from the family to your cousins to your friends, what is happening, Nausheen? What did you do?
It was hard.
How did you deal with it?
I won't lie. It was very, very, very hard for me. Initially, I think that was a depressive phase for me. I think I went into depression as well, because at that time I didn't know that this state is called depression. But when I now,
look back.
Yeah, analyze
because you're mentoring women now yourself.
So when I analyze my days, so I feel that, oh, that were the toughest days of my life. But somehow I'm a person, I guess, just because of my father. He's my both parents. They are very optimistic. They always try to take out something positive from even from a very negative thing. So I guess I have little bit of those traits from my parents. So I try to see something, some bright things in a dark situation as well. So I learned so much from that time, and because my parents had so much expectations from me, my siblings had so much expectations from me. So I tried, it was slow, gradually I did it. And after
Wow.
that, I did my bachelor's in sciences, and then I did my master's in plant sciences from Mirpur, Azad Kashmir.
Plant sciences.
Yes.
Now that's a new one. I think you're the first person I've met who's done plant sciences.
It's also called botany, basically.
Botany. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I thought it's a. So
I wanted to be, kind of.
kind of innovative.
Yeah.
Okay, plant sciences. So that was your interest in nature, which instigated you to do your masters in botany, or it was just that you got admission into botany and rest is history.
From the very beginning, I guess I am very much into nature, because I am from that area. I guess it has an influence on my personality as well.
The
And
mountains,
everyone who
the
is,
greenery,
I get
plantation.
I get excited when I see, the greenery and the mountains with snow and all that stuff. And I don't get fascinated with the city and all this, but somehow we have to live it,
Yeah.
So from the very beginning, I was very much interested in nature, exploring nature, spending time in nature, and luckily I got admission in plant sciences as well. So
That's very well.
yeah.
And you did your masters from?
Mirpur University of Science and
Mirpur
Technology.
University,
It is
okay.
mostly called MUST.
Okay. And what about your other siblings? Did they follow suit? Like, are they doing what you're doing, or they have their own plans?
No, they are totally they followed one thing. Like after me, I was the first one. I would call myself a trend setter, and shifting from this matriculation to the camera system. My all siblings did O levels and then A levels.
And I'm sure they did well.
They did well. They did too well.
They had a way to follow. Yeah.
Yeah, they did well. I guess one in the family always is a trendsetter, and I'm humbled to be that one.
No, that's awesome. That's amazing. And I think one more important point that needs to be stressed is that education, good education, quality education can change lives.
True that.
It can change households, it can change the society, it can change the environment, it can change everything.
The biggest example is of our Hunza. If you just take a look at the Hunza, the history of Hunza, like if you go back like 40 or 50 years ago, it was totally different. There was no concept of education. The people had no resources. Even, they were just bound to those, the mountains, between the mountains. They had no interaction with other world. I would call it other world, because the Hunza world was totally different. And when they started investing in education, it's totally now a different world, and it's an example not just for Pakistan but across the globe. Why? Because they invest in education, quality education. They don't just invest in their son's education, but more focused on the daughter's education, because they feel like when you educate a female, the female has much more influence on the family, and she can make the whole family educated. So when they are educated, it changes. It changes.
So you completed your masters and then
Got married.
Okay, got married. That's one of the most obvious things. And that was okay with you? Or were you ambitious, or you said that I want to do something different, I want to start my own business, or I want to do a job somewhere? Or you were okay with, okay, I'll lead the typical life, I'll get married and start a family?
I guess this getting married and starting a new life, that was a part of my life. Obviously that was my decision, and my family respected my decision. But after that, starting a business, I would call it rather luck. No, I don't know. I should call it the situations that really made it happen. Like being an entrepreneur, I feel I should mention it, that I went through a very tough time in my life. I had lost a baby. He was 6 days old. And after that, for a mother, for parents, it's a very, very difficult phase to just, accept that thing, what had just happened. So that was a very difficult phase of my life, I would say.
Low phase.
A low phase, difficult phase. Because after that, from the very beginning, I've been involved in different extracurricular activities, very outspoken, outgoing, a very social person. But that one incident literally made me to stick into my house, to stick into my own bubble. not interacting with others, and it was a very low phase, I would call it. And after that, then I was blessed with a son, and he is a special born child. Um, he had fractures by birth in his body. So initially, again, when I went, when that phase was past, the previous one, and this new phase was even more challenging to see my baby in that pain,
With
to
special
see the
needs.
state, that where I couldn't have power to change what was happening around me.
Yeah.
So going through the hospitals and all that stuff, it literally drained me emotionally, physically, and at one state I literally went into, I had suicidal thoughts.
Oh,
And
okay.
there I would say that again, that my brought up, that one, and I guess it's normal in someone's life when it's the life gets hard on you sometimes.
But you have to keep the faith.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. But you have to keep that faith. I had somewhere in my mind, I always discuss with my women entrepreneurs and other people that the first, the positivity sign is you accept what has happened to you. When you accept things, things start getting normal and they get better. So when I accepted, okay, this had happened to me, now I'm the one who has to, cope up with this, and I am the one who is going to change this state. So one day I thought, like, Nausheen, till when you are going to be in this depressive phase? Till when are you going to, not accepting this fate or this the biggest truth of your, life?
Life, yeah.
Once I accepted, and I thought, Nausheen, I have to do something.
Okay.
So my mother, she's a beekeeper. She used to she started basically this honey thing.
When did she start it?
I guess 5 years ago, just for our family, for we siblings, because
Organic.
organic honey to provide us honey, us siblings, because we all live in different cities of Pakistan.
So
she started,
sending honey to everyone.
sending honey to
It's
us
good for
and the
health and
family.
everything.
Yes, but it wasn't the commercial one, the business one. Then she made a team of some women from our area.
But honey beekeeping is, historically has been a man's
Yes.
job or a
Yes.
man's profession or a
Yes.
man's business. Whenever we see
Yeah.
documentaries, very rarely you see females indulging in this,
Yes.
like business. So this was a very different thing. Is it a acceptable or a standard norm in
No,
Gilgit?
this is what the women of Gilgit-Baltistan love to do it, breaking the stereotypes, doing something new, doing something challenging. So the whole that educational transformation in Gilgit-Baltistan, that has made these women confident enough to take new initiatives, to take new challenges. So this was one of the challenges, because when you see across Pakistan, we have male beekeepers around. So hardly you will see women beekeepers.
Yeah.
But when you will go to Hunza and Gilgit-Baltistan,
Now you will see a lot of.
Yeah, women in beekeeping. They are so strong, they are so passionate. And
And is that area ripe for honeybees?
Yes,
It has a
because
lot
in,
of population?
We Gilgit-Baltistan, as you all know, that we are blessed with the natural resources. And when we talk about honey of Gilgit-Baltistan, it's totally different from rest of the Pakistan. So rest of the Pakistan, we have cedar honey, we have orange blossom and other. But if you go to our area, we have 3 different and unique type of honey, which is not available in the other parts of Pakistan, even not globally.
How is it different, like taste-wise or?
Taste-wise, because the flora is different. We have different flowers in Gilgit-Baltistan. So normally honey is made from the nectar of the flower and the water. So when you talk about water, we have glaciers. And when you talk about the nectar of the flowers, we have very unique flowers. We have Rubenia honey, we have Russian olive honey, and we have herbal honey. So these 3 types of honey we have in Gilgit-Baltistan. So it's basically a value addition in the honeys of Pakistan.
Ah, okay. So your mother started it just, as a family thingy,
Yeah.
and she used to send
Yeah,
honey
she
to all
just-
of you. And how did you think
Yeah,
of joining
the
your
way-
mother?
So
Who inspired you?
it was my mother, and the situations Allah has made. I guess sometimes when I look back to my journey, I feel like Allah has blessed me with those circumstances, those the life experiences which I went through, that basically enabled me to take a decision for myself and to make a decision of going into this business. As I told you that once I was just sitting and I thought like, let's start something, let's start doing something. There I thought, why not, you know, joining my mother, whatever she's doing.
So none of you would ever help your mother before that?
No, no, no.
She was on her own?
Yeah, we were all in our studies, in our families. So she was doing it her own, and she had made a team of the women beekeepers from our region. So those women, basically, they were from such a background where they needed some financial assistance. So they used to sell those that honey and used to use it for their, you know, household expenses. So that was basically women empowerment from the very grassroots level. That's what my mom started.
And did you have to study for it before joining
it,
or was it something natural?
No, I had to study it. I had to take trainings. I had to do a research. And believe me, oh my God, these honeybees have such a system, such a community system that I feel every one of us should study this honeybees, their community system, how they live, how they, you know, contribute towards that colony, and how do they make honey.
It's a whole science.
It's a science. It's literally a science. I would really recommend everyone to just once study about honeybees.
Most of the people, including myself, we only know the honeybees because of their sting.
Oh my God.
We've all suffered it during our childhood and we know how it hurts.
No, so, but normally they don't sting. Normally what we have experienced is that wasp sting. That's the yellow, the bigger one. The orange one. That's not in honeybee. Honeybee rarely stings because whenever a honeybee stings, it also dies. So with the sting, it dies. So honeybee normally it believes if it feels that someone is harming me, only then it will sting. Otherwise, it won't sting.
Because it knows that it will die.
Yeah, it knows that it's die. So it just gives his life for us. So it does not. So their community system, for example, there's someone who is the queen, whose work is only, you know, his responsibility. Her responsibility is laying eggs. Then there are some worker bees. From the moment they are hatched from the egg, they start working. So one are working bees, and there are some male bees. I'm so sorry to say that, but those male bees are called nikhattu in Urdu, and they don't do anything. Literally don't do anything.
They just sit and enjoy.
Yeah, they just eat. But so all the female bees, they provide them with the food and everything. They just sit inside the hive.
Okay.
So they have a very amazing community system. There are some guard bees. There are there are kind of the bees, and the guard bees, they normally sit outside that colony. God forbid any of the, you know, that honeybee, if it brings any dirty particle with the stick on their legs or something, then they don't let them go inside that box. First they have to clean themselves and then they go inside. And they're the cleaner bees who will clean that dirt. So subhanallah, if you just look at the system, oh my God, you'll be amazed.
Yeah, and I've seen in movies, I think bears are very fond of honey.
Yeah.
So in the forest, you know, you often see bears going and, you know, like going for the hive and then, you know, like...
Because it's sweet, right? Who does not want
Who doesn't want
know?
sweet? Your journey started, your mother inspired you and you studied for it.
Yeah.
And then you thought of giving it a professional touch and operating on a professional level.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how did it all start? Like once, you know, you got the education and the training and all, from very humble beginnings, how did it start? With so many awards you have.
I started in 2020. Thought of starting it because I started it with the name of Askur. Askur is a word from my language, Brushaski, and it means flower. There was a thought process behind, you know, naming it Askur. I wanted myself to be associated with my roots, with my culture. And there was another purpose because I started this business when I was going through a very hard phase. So I wanted to name it flower as a symbol of Bahar, as a symbol of brightness in my life,
new beginning,
you know, which gives, you know, it is a sign of happiness. So I named it Askur, and when I started, I feel you know, taking the first step is very difficult. When you take the first step, Allah makes, I don't know, He opens door of opportunities for you, and that happened with me, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, that once I started, I got so much support from the people, I got so much support from this entrepreneurial ecosystem. I had mentors. So it was very, very easy for me to, grab these awards, and with the support of my family, of course, with the mentors.
And you still go with your mother, right? She supports you in your business, right? It's a mother-daughter duo.
It is a mother-daughter duo, I always call it, because my mom, she's the chief on the
ground
field.
operations.
Yeah, the
you look after the commercial side.
Yeah, and I look for this marketing, all this sides.
So we're going to continue our conversation, a very, very interesting conversation, especially for bee lovers. This is like a heavenly conversation. We'll be right back after. Welcome back to Sky's the Limit. This is FAROOQ HASAN here, and I'm in conversation with Nausheen Barkat, and we are having a very, very interesting conversation. She is the first female entrepreneur to have ventured into the honey beekeeping business, and she's won a lot of awards, and she has been very successful. And she is sharing her success formula with other women also. She's mentoring them, and soon it will be a very, very huge growing community, inshallah ta'ala. So tell me, initially when you started, Nausheen, okay, doing it for domestic needs, for your own home is a different ball game, but doing it as a business, how do you enhance it? How much stock do you need? How you have to breed the bees, obviously, to increase. How did it all work out?
I feel whatever you start, the proper research is very, very important. It's not that you just jump on anything and say, oh, okay, from tomorrow I have to start this. Although my mom was already doing honey beekeeping, but yet I had to explore this field. Like, am I capable of doing this stuff or
on a commercial basis?
On a commercial basis. So I researched, and I thought, like, yeah, there are a lot of people who are selling honey, but there were very few people who are selling our honey. I mean, the Gilgit-Baltistan honey. So I thought there's a marketplace. There's a niche for that. So before that, I researched that. And then we started it, but I feel there were so many challenges, and again I feel like I made myself to attend few of the trainings, get the trainings regarding entrepreneurship and how to start a business and how to do it. And I was doing a training at IBA, and there I would quote Sir Shahid's one liner. He always say, Jane na paye, JNP strategy. So he said, whatever,
don't let it go.
Whoever you feel like the person or the thing is beneficial for your business, never let that person go, never that opportunity go. So I religiously followed this line, and I started, looking for the people in my family or my friends who will be able to, supporting my business. So there were a few cousins who were into digital marketing. I contacted them, and I come and help me out with this, with the, with the logo and all that thing. So they helped me up, and
so you started off as an online business.
Yes, it's still an online
business.
Online. It's still
you don't have any retail outlet.
We don't have any outlet. Very soon, inshallah, we'll start with an outlet. But till now, it's online.
Okay.
And we are getting an amazing response from the people, and they are supporting us, and I'm so grateful for all.
When did you start it? How long has it been?
It's 2020. It's been like 3 years, and alhamdulillah, in these 3 years we have
accomplished
so much. And in 3
years you've gotten the IBS Startup Competition Award. And you've gotten the Daraz Bestseller Brand Award.
Best Emerging Seller.
And then you've got the Shell AMIR Award.
Yes.
So how come is it doing that well, amazingly well?
I feel it's all about passion. It's all about consistency. It's all about sticking to your goal and never taking small steps. What I did was always, taking smaller steps rather than, taking bigger steps. I feel when you take small steps and when you accomplish those steps, it gives you more energy to go further. So
take baby steps.
And take baby steps. Just take baby steps.
Go on the biggest.
Go on the biggest. And I had one thing in my mind that I have to include my community to work for their upliftment. So that was my biggest goal. And as you know, that when you have clear intentions, Allah Ta'ala, you know, He makes path for you, He opens doors for you. And I have a very firm belief that when you think for others, you get chances, you get opportunities, you get the heights you have never ever imagined.
Absolutely, and you've proven it. So, you successfully established it, got the awards, a known public figure now in Gilgit-Baltistan.
Alhamdulillah.
So, what made you establish a association, the first ever women association of honeybee keepers?
I felt in my area that's blessed with so much natural resources, but still there are so many resources which were untapped. The field, even this beekeeping field, not much people were here, and even there were women beekeepers, even they were there, but still they had no access to the market. They had no access to what to do after, you know, having the bees. They had no idea.
Lack of awareness,
yeah, lack of
knowledge,
awareness.
training.
Exactly. Even when I started, and then I thought, why not, you know, bringing all of the women beekeepers under one umbrella, make some things, an organization or any platform for all the women beekeepers where they get all the information, and then we can, you know, do the collaboration with different organizations. I did a first collaboration with Turkish government. It's called TIKA. I did collaboration with them, Askur, and we delivered 4 days training in Gilgit and Hunza with 50 women beekeepers on modern beekeeping tools and techniques. So this was the first of its kind in Gilgit-Baltistan, and I, being a very, you know, a very small startup, I tried to do in my capacity, and it went very well. And it was a very huge thing for me to, you know, collaborate with such an organization, where we also collaborate with the NARC and then with the government of Gilgit-Baltistan and the agriculture department of Gilgit-Baltistan. So after that, I thought, like, let's make an association, let's make a platform where then we can, you know, explore more opportunities in beekeeping, or we can collaborate with our other organization for the betterment of this field and the beekeepers also. So there I met this first Women Beekeepers Association, which is not just first in Gilgit-Baltistan, it is the first in Pakistan as well.
Wow! And how many members do you have?
We have around 200 members across Gilgit-Baltistan from different backgrounds, from different areas. And inshallah, very soon
it will
we'll
grow.
see. Yeah, it will grow, inshallah.
What are the few of the major challenges that you faced along your way, besides your personal challenges? What are the main challenges in the field that you faced when you established this new business, a green business, and what were the main hurdles, if you'd like to share?
Like talking about like the specific business, the honey one, we have so many people around who are selling honey. And there's the other day we were talking and we were saying that in Pakistan, if you don't put khalis with the milk and honey, no one is going to believe you. So it's very unfortunate that people are, you know, selling the fake honey. I would say it's not the adulterated honey, I would call it.
It's not the real extracted honey.
Yeah, exactly. Because people mostly they take honey for their as in medicinal purpose. So, but in the market we only get the sugar syrup, unfortunately. So it's really hard to trust other people when it comes to honey. So it was very challenging for me. And secondly, the traveling which we have in beekeeping, because our area, Gilgit-Baltistan, it's mountainous area, and we have the flowers which bloom at different period. If it's like Gilgit, the blooming period of some of the flowers would be just 2 to 3 weeks. And you know, then we have to take our honey, the bees from one area to another area. So there's extensive traveling, which is again, you know, another challenge. And then Gilgit-Baltistan has a very short period of, you know, flowering season. We have 6-month flowering season, and then the rest of the 6 months is harsh winters. So the survival of honeybees in those harsh winters is very difficult. So we have to move them to the warmer area. So that's another challenge. During this, you know, traveling, so much damage caused to our bees and our business and all this. So this is another challenge in our business.
Okay, very nice. And what are your future plans? where do you want to take your business from here?
I wish like after 5 years, whenever anyone talks about honey or honey business, the first thing their
Pioneer.
mind comes is Askur and Nausheen. I wish, inshallah.
Okay.
And I just want everyone should know the honey types that are available in my area, because most of the people they don't know. And I am looking toward the exporting honey as well, inshallah.
Okay. Have you started exports?
Not yet. We
Not
are working
yet,
on
but
it.
you're working on
We
it.
are working on it.
And are you able to create a market, and how are you filling the gap of the untapped market?
We are in collaboration with our government sector. Our government is trying to do, it's trying to bring some positive change in this sector, not just in this sector, but in the green entrepreneurship as well. It's called non-timber forest products. So honey is one of the non-timber forest product. So they are trying to create a market and export market as well. So I guess with the help of our Gilgit-Baltistan government, we'll be able to start exporting. Also, and we'll work on the factors, growing these the flowers in our area, starting a forestation scheme or the sessions, which will help the beekeepers to have more production of honey and have trainings and all this stuff. This will help them, inshallah.
Very nice. That's amazing to know, Nausheen. Now coming towards the last end of the conversation, you mentor women also of your area. You've had major hurdles, challenges in your life which you overcame successfully, and that's why you're here on Sky's the Limit and sharing your success story. So many inspiring, so many young girls and women of Pakistan and all over the world wherever this program is being watched. How did you get into mentoring, and tell us a bit about that?
As I already mentioned, like my father was a community mobilizer, so I feel I got these public speaking genes from him. And from the very beginning, I have been into trainings. I conducted trainings with Pakistan Red Crescent Society also. So there was always something, like I enjoy interacting with others. I enjoy discussing with others one-to-one, be it one-to-one sessions or be it the collective sessions. So I'm always a interactive person, and I feel everyone needs that push in our life. Although we all know so many things, but still in life, when we share the same stories, the other person says, oh, I'm not alone in this journey. So other people are also in this journey. So sharing our journey, our struggle, this journey or the success journey, people get inspired and people get to know that, oh yes, if she can do it, I can also do it. So I guess this gives a positivity and inspiration, and also it's a sisterhood. So I believe in supporting each other, and I always believe that those are the queens who fix each other's crowns rather than letting them down.
Absolutely. So do you do it in a formal way, or is it an informal session that
Yes, I do it. Recently I did, we had a collaboration with the Gilgit-Baltistan government where I conducted sessions on women entrepreneurship in different schools, and I do with different organizations as well. And yes, I do it professionally. People call me an optimism expert because I believe in optimism. I believe in believing yourself. I believe in supporting each other. I believe in good things. I believe in good intentions. So I feel when you have positive people around you and when you have a positive energy, that literally gives you a positive aura. So you attract positive people. So I always talk about positivity. Like be positive, and you can attract positive people, and you can attract opportunities in life, and you get that inner satisfaction. I get inner satisfaction when I just talk about good things.
Yeah, there's a lot of positivity here also while we are recording. Honestly, I'm feeling so charged up. Anything in life which you think you want to achieve further, or which is left, or anything which bothers you at times?
It just came in my mind a few days back. We were sitting and somebody said he has got this there was certain disease, they named it and they say, yeah, he has got this disease. And there was another person and he said, it's because his intentions. It's because he got what he was thinking, and it's because all, you know, they were just basically ridiculing that person for having that disease in life and the difficult time at life. I just wanted to tell everyone here that if you have difficult phase in your life, even you have a certain disease in your family, in your children, parents, it's not because it's a curse. It's because, you know, our prophets have a very difficult time in their life. It's a test from Allah Ta'ala. It's a challenge.
We need to stay positive.
We need to stay positive in that time. Do not lose hope. Have faith in yourself and have faith in Allah, the one who has put you in this challenge. He'll definitely take you out of this challenge. You will be more powerful. You will be more stronger than before. And he always put his favorite people in such, you know, challenge.
Azmaish, yes.
Yeah, I call it Azmaish.
Yes.
So please, please never look down upon those people who have special needs kid, and don't say that because of his this has happened to them. It really hurts. Being a special need child mother, I urge you, everyone, please try to be inclusive, try to respect each other, and
as a society, as a nation, as a human being, this is the basic thing that we can do. That's amazing. Yes, you have to stay positive. So, Nausheen, what I want you to do is two things. One, I want you to give a message to the world, to all our audiences, that in your native language, that you belong from Gilgit-Baltistan, the beautiful, and it's an amazing place, and they should come and experience it themselves at least once, and then they will come again and again.
Okay.
So I want you to say this in your local language.
But what if nobody understands this?
No, I'm sure. I did it in English, so I'm sure they will understand in your language.
Okay. Ja ek Nausheen bila or je Gilgit Baltistan sumba hunju sumba hunjo but daltas desh bila ma mamion ruin ma baren in elegushians belet drol chan elegushians be man confident one wala ber man jazba bila drol tase or but e daltas bila and zindagi lo hik mamion adros awaj zarur dream.
Do visit it at least once in your life. I could make out that. And before we wrap up, Nausheen, it's been an interesting conversation, and I'm so glad, and I'm really thankful to you for giving us time. I know you have a busy schedule traveling between Karachi and Gilgit, and we managed to, you know, catch you in Islamabad. What message would you like to give to the audience, to all the young girls, inspiring to be entrepreneurs? You know, what kind of a message would you like to give to all of them?
I would say explore new fields. There's a lot more world outside. Just don't stick yourself to a certain field. Explore it. And a message to our male partners that please support women. When we talk about feminism, it's not that we are hating men. It's like building a society where we go together.
Coexist.
Where we coexist, yes. So please don't take this word feminism wrong. Support your women because they have so much to do. They have so much. You will see they'll make you proud. It's a message for the fathers, for the brothers. Since I have a very supportive male members across my home, which has made me this confident, which literally made me to be an icon or an inspiration for other women. So when you will support your women, your sisters, your wives, your sisters and daughters, they'll definitely make you proud and they'll make this country proud. So please do support them.
And you can see the passion in Nausheen's eyes. She actually means what she's saying. There are other worlds to explore, and obviously, as you said, men don't have to behave like male bees. Right?
Yeah, exactly.
Who do nothing and only eat. But thank you very much, Nausheen. It was such an interesting conversation. I wish you all the best for your business.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully, we'll be, showcasing you in another program once after 5 years, as you mentioned, that you'll be making it so big. I wish you all the best. With this, we come to the end of this episode of Sky's the Limit. I will see you in another episode with a new guest, a new message. Till then.